Edmonton, Alberta, 23 days ago. The 10 teams arrived here for this strange, bubbled, once-in-a-lifetime, we hope, World Juniors. 4 are left, 3 medals to be handed out. Russia dominated last night by Canada, now trying to win their 5th bronze in the last 10 years. Hello, Canada, and welcome to the final day of the 2021 World Junior Hockey Championship. James Duthie along with Bob McKenzie. Canada, U.S. for gold, 4 hours away, but first it is the battle of the brokenhearted. The team that wins bronze is usually the second happiest team in the tournament because it's so devastating to lose in the gold medal game. But losing in the bronze medal game is equally devastating. When you think about it, 3 weeks in the bubble, you get to the semifinals, and then you're the one team that goes home with nothing. Those are the stakes for Russia and Finland today. Gord Miller and Ray Ferraro, get you ready.
For the last several years, Russian goaltender Yaroslav Askarov has been considered one of the best young goaltenders in the world. And yet here sometimes at the World Junior, he struggles, right?
There are times he is all over the map in the net. And it's really tough to get a handle on what Askarov really is. You talk about the pedigree and the way that people look at him as a legit #1 goaltender prospect in the National Hockey League. He shows it with his reflexes, his quickness, of course, his size. But there are times he's an unmade bed in the net. Yesterday against Canada, he lost his stick a half a dozen times in the midst of play. I've never really seen anything like it. To me, it looks like a goaltender trying to do too much. The development of Askarov from last year to this year has been quite noticeable, but there's another level, Gord, that he's going to have to take to reach the heights of that legitimacy of what people think he can be.
Finland and Russia haven't met at the World Junior Championship in any round since the gold medal game in 2016 when Kasperi Kapanen scored the golden goal to give the Finns the gold medal.
Thank you, boys. Who does Askarov have to watch out for on the Finnish side?
Well, the Finns have a big line, and that big line does most of their offensive damage. And it's led by their captain, Florida first-round pick Anton Lundell, and Ronnie Hirvonen, Toronto Maple Leaf prospect. Lundell was the guy that got the game-tying goal against Sweden in the quarterfinal game in the third period, and Hirvonen scored the game-winning goal that time. Hirvonen scored in the game against the Americans. Their third member of that line, Kasper Simon-Tyvel, he scored 2 goals against the Americans, so they're getting most of that offense from just one line. That's going to be a big one for the Finns.
It's been gold or bust for Finland at this tournament for 15 years now. They have 3 gold medals in the last 7 years, but haven't won a medal of any other color in the last 15.
Reached the final day of the 2021 World Junior Hockey Championship. We start with the bronze medal game between Finland and Russia. The officials for this game, the referees. On the left is Michael Campbell from Surrey, BC. On the right is Kyle Kowalski from Edmonton, the linesman Maxime Chaput from Saint-Jérôme, Quebec, and Ben O'Quinn from Woodstock, Ontario. In goal for Russia, the 18-year-old first-round pick of the Nashville Predators, Yaroslav Askarov, allowed 4 goals on 34 shots in the semifinal loss to Canada. He's eligible to return next year. Kari Pirinen allowed 4 goals on 26 shots in the Finnish loss, 4-3 to the United States in their semifinal matchup. He's a returnee from last year. Igor Larionov is the head coach of this Russian junior team that endured some withering criticism back home after the loss to Canada, 5-0 in the semifinal. And Antti Pennanen is in his first year as the head coach of the Finnish national junior team. He was an assistant in 2016 and 2019. Those were both gold medal winning years for the Finns.
Good luck, fellas. Okay? Have a ton of fun. Work hard, all right? Hold tight, hold tight. I'm going to put my arm up. Here we go.
And away we go with the bronze medal matchup. The Russians have played in 8 of them since this medal round format began in 1996. They're 8-0. And we've discussed it before, Ray. Far better to win one of these games than to lose one.
Well, for a lot of players, you may never get to play in another world tournament, to play for your country again. And while it may be disappointing to start and to think about playing in a game that you didn't really want to be in, you'd love to see that medal hanging at home.
Angela plays it around. Askarov out to play it. Talk about him as the afternoon progresses. Askarov has been really the highly touted Russian goaltender for the last couple of years. And at about 1:40 a.m. in Moscow and even later in other parts of that massive country, we welcome viewers in our virtual fan club. Ponomarev wins that face-off back. And here is Kirill Kirsanov, eligible for the upcoming draft for Bartikov. That goes rink wide. Mohamedoulin's got it back. Afanasiev slides it across to Kirsanov, fires that down, and Barry Pirinen steers that away.
The Russians haven't done much with their lines in the tournament, but they make a couple of changes today as they flip some wingers on the lines here, and Podkolzin will stay with Nadinov, but Afanasiev is on this line instead of Amirov, the Toronto prospect.
Arseny Gritsuk, who was a New Jersey fifth-round pick, was injured in the game against Canada, not playing today. They've got his jersey hanging behind the Russian bench. Here's Chayka. Chayka up to Abramov. Got a goal disallowed, but lost to Canada due to an offside on a power play goal. Abramov drops it back. Chichikov to Chayka, long shot to the leg in front of Mirov with a chance. That goes wide. Abramov back to Beachkov. Beachkov to Abramov. Flip back to Chayka, and that shot gets through. Knocked down by Pirinen. Hard to believe these two countries haven't met in 5 years. And that was a classic meeting the last time, the gold medal game in Helsinki. The Russians tied it up with seconds remaining. And Kapanen scored the winner, and there are still people in Helsinki celebrating that win.
Yeah, that was a fun night. That place exploded when Kapanen scored.
3 medals for the Finns in the last 14 years of the World Junior Championship. They're all gold. Stiradonov races to it. Here's Brad Lambert, the 16-year-old, chomps out ahead. He began the tournament at the camp of the 16-year-old, turned 17 a couple of weeks ago, but Lambert not eligible for the draft until 2022.
He is such an impressive player. Can't believe he's capable of doing already what he's able to.
Hirvonen moves out ahead. Hirvonen, who scored the game-tying goal against the United States with less than 4 minutes to go. But then Kaliev scored the winner. And the U.S. advanced to the gold medal game. And at just after 12:45 a.m. in Helsinki, we say terve terve to the fans in Finland.
We do?
Yes, we do. Terve terve. Hello. Kiitos is thank you.
Sure.
I tried Happy New Year the other day.
That sounded like a car crash.
Yeah. And I apologize to all those at Finnish Extraction for my attempt at that. It looked like someone threw Scrabble tiles on the ground when I tried to read it. Just didn't go well.
Oh, what a pass.
Great pass in. Chinaha works in and shoots. And a great stop there by Pirinen. Chinaha, who missed a couple of games with injury, with a terrific chance in the opening minutes. That pass by Putia was steered away by Askarov. Ratu had the puck skip away from him. And Kirsanov banks it ahead to Chinaha. Pass out of the reach of Ponomarev. An icing called against the Russians.
Kirill Kirsanov makes this unbelievable pass. He sees Amirov or Chinaha come off the bench, so the Finns don't know that he's there. Chinaha slides in behind him. Maybe a little bit of bother on the way back from Emil Viro, but a nice stop by Pirinen on Chinaha, the first real good chance of the first 4 minutes.
Well, Kirsanov's a really interesting prospect, Ray, but even his coach here, Igor Larionov, has talked to him about his fitness level.
There is a level where you think you're working out hard enough and you think you're in good enough shape, and you're just not. And that's something Kirsanov is going to have to learn, and he's going to have to learn it quickly because he's got some excellent skill.
Sammy Helenius busts in. Askarov makes the stop on that. Larionov proud to say that he is 76 kilos these days, which is about 165, 170 pounds, and that was his playing weight.
He looks pretty good, 60 years old.
We mentioned there was some criticism. Slava Fetisov
was there ever
made a comment to a Russian newspaper after the game that he wished he'd never watched the game, and said none of the Russian players could have made the Canadian team. We're frustrated. 1 gold medal in 18 years.
I just found it, well, A, not true, but B, just completely out of whack. It's, you know what, it's a lot easier making the criticism outside the fire than standing in it. And I found it to be a bit of a ridiculous comment for him to make.
Abramov works it down after this. Able to shot tipped in front by Podkolzin off the post. Here's Kirsanov with it.
That was a nice play. The zip pass across the front by Afanaseyev, and Podkolzin's deflection just off the pipe and wide.
Now Kirsanov works in. Drops it off, and a shot by Amirov is blocked. Poked up by Anton Lundell. The Finnish captain was a member of their gold medal winning team 2 years ago in Vancouver. Abramov works it and shoots, and Pirinen hangs on to that.
The fiery Podkolzin gets to the front of the net, and he's got a stick down. He's leaning hard on it. The deflection is a terrific one because he can't really see the puck. This is a great pass by Afanaseyev. He finds Podkolzin's stick. You can see he can't see it. All he's looking at is Emil Viro, and he hears it go off the post and knows it's in the corner.
Safonov digs for in the corner. The hulking Ilya Safonov throws it back in for Groshev. Still loose. Safonov plays that in behind the goal. Parsonen around to Ratu. Chops up to the line, but not quite out. Spiridonov's shooting was knocked down. Putia couldn't clear it out. Groshev in a backhand shot. Pirinen save. Rebound score! Safonov puts it home, and the Russians take a 1-0 lead.
Ilya Safonov, his second goal of the tournament, gets to the front of the net to chip away a rebound that Pirinen shouldn't leave. The puck's near the zone, and it doesn't come out. It gets poked off the stick of Pitia, and this is a nice move by Groshev, but this backhand doesn't have a lot on it. Pirinen doesn't handle it very well, and this is really good work here by Groshev to keep it alive, but that rebound's got to be handled. It's not, and before Putio can lean on the rebound, Safonov's got it in the back of the net, and the Russians a 5-0 shot advantage and a 1-0 lead.
Now the dig for it along the boards, picked up by Petman. Nico Petman. Move that back. Ahmadulin knocked it down. Chinahat drops that back. Chichikov a long shot, and Pirinen makes the glove save.
We'll get another look at the goal here. Safonov, the goal scorer, is in the corner. Watch number 10, Putio. He takes a shoulder check. He knows he's there, but then he turns to find the puck, and when he turns, the rebound goes to Safonov, and Antti Pennanen not very happy with the start of his players as they've stood around, been outshot 6-0, and very un-Finn-like lack of compete so far in this game.
For Morutsu, a long-time Finnish international and assistant coach once again for the Finnish junior team.
Antti Nietinen is there as well, so plenty of NHL experience on the Finns bench.
Lambert will be a mainstay. You got to think of at least one. Couple of future World Junior teams for the Finns. And Lambert is a Finn, as Craig Button has made the point. He spent a little bit of time in Saskatoon. His dad is from there, Ross. But he was born and raised in Finland, has spent the bulk of his time there, and he's a Finn through and through. Which means he's going to be a pain in the rear end to play against wherever he goes. Lead pass, chipped ahead by Amirov. Niemiec, good pass ahead for Simon Tybalt. Scored twice against the U.S. in that semifinal loss. Move ahead by Bashkirov. Bashkirov gets the stick there on Viro. Puts his hands in the air to plead for clemency and gets it. That's never worked before, I don't think.
Yeah, I think he got away with one there. By the time he dropped the stick, he'd already corkscrewed Viro into the ice.
pick in 2020. 7 points in 6 games for him so far. Mohamedoulan moves that around. Mohamedoulan is one of 7 Russian players who can return next year. That's unusual for them. And this is the core, those 7 of the Russian team that won the Olympic Cup in the summer of 2019. Mohamedoulan a big part of that. They beat Canada in the gold medal game. And Mohamedoulan, long shot, it's stuck to Pyramid. And he hangs on.
Pyramid makes a little bit of an awkward save as Mohamedoulan takes a little bit off this score. You've made the point through the tournament. He can shoot it, but sometimes the sights are a little wonky. He takes some off this, and it gets caught under Pyramid's pad. One of the things Igor Larionov wants to do is return to the way the Russians used to play. This is one of the ways. Husnadinov's up the ice. He looks, there's nowhere to go. He spins back around the back of the net. However, what I think has happened is that he wants to play a certain way. The Russians are coached a different way in the KHL, and there's not very much synergy between the two styles, and they've got to figure that out if they're going to try and brand the game back to the way they used to play.
One of the things that they've tried is the MHL, their junior league, but it has suffered greatly the last few years in Russia. Shinaha centers it. Panamaria in, fired that wide. Shift ahead by Brian Yemi. And to be fair to Igor Larionov, who is a great player, there is a point here that, I mean, the Russians have a horrible goal drought at this tournament. They've won once in the last 18 years, but they may be clinging to a notion that's not entirely accurate. The idea that the Soviet Union was a dominant world force in hockey, yeah, they ran up gold medals in Olympics and World Championships when other teams couldn't send their top players. Canada didn't send Olympic teams to the 72 or 76 games. Best on best, there were 9 tournaments between the Summit Series, the Canada Cup, and the World Cup. The Russians won one of them, the 81 Canada Cup. They've been a great hockey nation, way they really have, but they were never best on best, a superpower that dominated everyone else. So they kind of want to return to something that didn't happen. Long shot at the side of the goal. Taken there by Heinola. And to Kivy. Dinov tried to poke that head to Podkolzin. And Podkolzin looks up way up in the air. And Heinola, the Winnipeg Jets' first-round pick, knocks it down, but a hand pass called against the Finns.
Closed captioning of the 2021 World Junior Hockey Championship is brought to you in part by Bet99.net, Canada's newest destination for free sports information, odds, and casino. Every game starts at Bet99.
Gord, there was a time where the Canadians and the Americans started to steal from the Europeans, steal from the Russians, the edge work, the skill work, the puck control. And I think the Russians wanted to learn more about how we played what was called the North American game. And so while we were going to the north, they were going to the south. The difference is they went so far, in my opinion, in trying to play a more boisterous game, they lost some of their skill to play the game, their ability to hold on to the puck. They've dumbed the game down to a point that Larionov wants to change and wants to go back the other way. So, in my opinion, you basically have 2 theories fighting against each other. The problem is it's in the same country. Like, there is no one direction. And in a mammoth country like Russia, you can see where the problem lies.
9:43 to go here in the opening period. Russia has a 1-0 lead in the bronze medal game. Tonight, the gold medal game at the World Junior Championship, the 5th time since 1996 in the medal round format was put into play that the United States and Canada have met for gold at the World Junior. Canada won the first one, the first meeting back in 1997. That was Mike Babcock behind the bench, Joe Thornton, the star for Canada. The United States has won the last 3. In 2004 in Helsinki, in 2010 in Saskatoon on the golden goal by John Carlson, and in 2017 in Montreal in a shootout, which will not take place this year. No more shootouts in the gold medal game.
With all due respect to the 3-game winning streak, Gord, The guys from 04 are 35 years old.
In other words, Zach Parise said, no, I'm going, good for us.
Yeah, I don't know that it's much like the Swedes' early round, regulation round, 52-game winning streak. That didn't really have anything to do with the guys this year.
It is funny, though, and you know, we've talked about the Russian medal drought. Even though, obviously, they're not part of the whole thing, it becomes part of their story, and they get asked about it so much. I mean, you know, in Sweden, they ask those guys all the time about the failures in the medal round. Some 17-year-old who wasn't born when all those things started is being asked about why his team can't win the medal round.
Well, maybe this year's team did them all a favor. They lost 2 games in the preliminary round, and the streak is no more.
Parsonen works it and shoots. Gets the rebound, shovels that towards the goal, and it's gloved by Askarov.
There's a glove save for Askarov, and he catches it, which yesterday was a problem for him. I just find that here's a guy with great athletic gifts, and he's just far too busy in the net. There's too much movement, too much up and down, too much side to side. He's a big guy. If he could get himself set in the net, and I think that's clearly will be the objective of the Nashville Predators, is to get him set and to accept the puck instead of trying to attack it all the time in the net.
Kalenius gets spun around in the corner. Here's Nadinov trying to dig that free. Here's Nadinov can return next year as well. He's a second-round pick in the Minnesota Wild. And that's gloved ahead. And play is called. And Ray, the first time I saw Askarov was a couple years ago at the Hlinka Gretzky Cup. And, you know, Russian hockey people are talking about him as being their future national team goaltender for a decade. He's had unbelievable results at under 18s.
I mean, I think probably another point to recognize is he's likely going to be back next year.
Barring injury,
right? So what do you think the development curve will be from 17 to 19?
Here's a long shot that's knocked away by Askarov.
For an athletic 6'4" goaltender.
Well, you've talked about it so many times, Ray. The difference between an 18-year-old player and a 19-year-old player is so immense. It's no different for goaltenders.
Well, the difference will be in that year, will he learn more patience? Can he be a little more calm? Because the physical gifts are there. The other thing I'd work on his catching hand, because he drops too many pucks into a dangerous area.
Abramov centers a tip wide. As Amirov got a stick on that. And now in front of the net, Knyazov is into it with Hadika, and they're fencing with each other. Abramov with it. Spins back. Long shot tipped in front. Rebound. Oh, what a stop by Kieran. Point blank. Turns away Amirov. Hitchcock back with it. Chayka. Up for Stefanov. Knocked away by Grosjean. Simon Tybalt. Plays that back down. Hirvonen banks it back. And that shot by Vero deflected down. Askarov steers that away. Grosjean up for Stefanov. Works in and dribbles down to the goal mouth. That's knocked away by Niemela. Hirvonen winds his way through center ice. Ahead for Simon Tybalt. Simon Tybalt holds, shoots, and Askarov through the screen of Vero makes the stop.
Well, again, Askarov's able to smother it, catch it, and hold it. Here's a dangerous chance in front of the net as Bashkirov's tip goes right to Amirov. He just shovels it at the net. And unfortunately for him, the puck goes back towards the center of the net, where Pirinen is making a left pad push, and he ends up getting the right pad on it.
Now, a long shot taken by Mikko Kokkonen. One of 3 Toronto draft picks on this Finnish roster. By the way, if you talk to people in Finnish hockey, their rivalry with Sweden, that's like brother versus brother, big brother versus little brother. This, Finland versus Russia, this is the one that stirs. Kokkonen fires, and Askarov shoots out that right-hand catching glove and makes the stop.
Kokkonen shoots it, Askarov catches it. That's twice in a row. The Leafs have had really good play from their draft picks in this tournament. Amirov has been a dangerous player for the Russians. Kokkonen is a more of a stable, steady, stay-at-home guy.
Fires again, tipped, and there's a third glove save.
He's going to have to ice his arms here pretty soon. Topi Niemela has had an excellent tournament for the Finns with 7 points, and the Russians just can't win a face-off here. 3 in a row back to Kokkonen, and he's waiting for traffic. He gets it, and it's Ratu with the deflection.
Yazan. Shinahoff, and that pass knocked down by Ratu. Ratu winds in, great move, feeds it back in front, great stop by Askarov, turns it away as Pytia comes in, and Askarov makes a tremendous save.
Well, this has turned into a pretty darn good first period here. What an outstanding move here. Out on the right by Ratu. He slides this perfectly. He's got 2 choices here, and Parsonen gets his stick on it. And Askarov shows his lateral mobility going side to side and makes a terrific stop. This is the up and down of Askarov. From yesterday to today, it's like 2 different guys.
Chayka, I should mention that the Russian goaltending coach Nikolai Habibulin is not at the tournament this year. Habibulin's father passed away in early December. Askarov, will look out, almost put that in the stick of Korhonen. It is somewhat funny that last year, driving to the tournament after watching your son play in Berlin, I told you how great Askarov had been. And you told me after the game that he got yanked in that opening start against the Czech Republic to never tell you about goalies again.
Yeah, your days as a goalie scout are in jeopardy. I mean, it might prove out well, but you told me in 2 days I was going to see the next Carey Price, and well, he didn't show up.
He went 11th overall in the draft.
I'm well aware.
I'm trying to defend myself.
There is time.
Mantakivi lost the handle on that. Safonov, a little between the legs pass for Spiridonov. Kiernan leaves it there for Hatakka. Oh, look out. That very intent by Heinola almost went off the back of Kiernan's pad.
After a slumbering start, the Finns have gotten going a little bit here. Here's another chance.
Lundell, along with Hirvonen, 2-on-1. The centering pass, great defensive play there by Knyazet to knock it away.
Now Russia's going to have to pick their game up. They started at one level. The Finns have kicked their game up and have started to control play a little bit here. The Russians are going to have to respond.
Simon Taiva calling for it, but as he moves across the line, it's called offside.
Back against Colorado. Well, the next time around, he made darn sure everybody knew that, yes, it was in. Well, earlier in the tournament, Leafs pick Rodion Amirov, same idea, has a goal called back, and then scores, and yes, gives the signal. Couple of goals, 6 points in the tournament so far for the Leafs, 15th overall pick, Gord.
He scored 3 goals in 3 games for the Russians in the Karjala Cup, which is a tournament played in Finland every year. It's a men's tournament. As Pytia moves in. And Miro Larionov lobbied for the national junior team to play in that men's tournament. They beat teams in the Czech Republic, Sweden, and Finland. They went 3-0.
And none of the older teams wanted them there. They said this is a men's tournament. We don't want the junior team there. And then 10 days later, the junior team won the tournament. Whoops.
You can identify, remember we played in the World Championship and you saw 3 kids with full shields on. I thought
we were like, who are these guys? They all had cages. They're just kids. And then when we couldn't catch them, we started to find out who they were, and they were Larionov, McGillney, and Bure, and or Fedorov rather. We're like, yeah, where they came from. All I know is Kurt Muller and myself and John McLean, we were no match for those guys. And we'd come, myself and McLean, I believe McLean had 40 goals that year. I know I did. And all of a sudden, these guys are just flying everywhere. And we're like, who are these guys?
it's the difference now in that people know each other so much better, right?
Yes.
Between the under-18s, the junior, you know, so many Europeans play North American hockey. There's not that sort of discovery of a new player very often. I mean,
well, Dylan Cousins and Trevor Zegras have been playing against each other for years, and when Zegras was asked about Cousins' tournament, he said, oh, we've had a couple of battles before. But he's talking about previous tournaments. We'd show up at a tournament. You don't know who these guys are. They're just a bunch of guys wearing the other jerseys. And every once in a while, you'd get really surprised.
Dominik Hasek.
Well, in the 89 World Championship, we knew he was coming to Chicago the next year. We had heard, and we were, who is this guy? He's rolling around on the ice, and he's picking up the puck with his blocker hand, and we're like, oh, he'll never be able to play in the NHL. And we actually went to the Gord Miller goaltending scouting school because we were wrong. All of us.
They have to give me shoots off the goalpost. I'm never going to hear the innings.
Nope. Until he ends up in the All-Star game or something.
Handler fires it in. Steven Tyvell. Back for Vero. Drops it off to Hirvonen, walking in and shoots. Bounces off the glove of Askarov. Hirvonen. Back for Vero. Fires. That was off a stick, up and out of play. I think it went off a stick. Vero's kind of laughing about it.
No, I think that was right off the toe, and it was like a field goal. Askarov doesn't see this at all, doesn't pick it up behind Beachoff. This might deflect just off the skate as well, and you can see Askarov move his glove from one position to a more upright position. It's Montekivi, who hasn't played very much, but actually played a more prominent role in the third period yesterday and played very well for the Finns as they were mounting their comeback. Rings one off the pipe.
Ratu tried to drop that back. Shanahoff breaks it up. Bardakov with a head of steam. Walks it in, shoots. And Piernan gets a piece of that in the short side. Niemela fires it down. Shots 11-8 in favor of Russia. 1-0 lead. On the goal by Ilya Safonov. 6 minutes into the opening period. Shanahoff plays it in. And Shanahoff suffered a knee injury in the game against Austria, and it looked bad the way he went down.
I did not think we were going to see him again. A breakaway, and he crashed into the corner boards on a play that resulted in a Russian penalty shot. Mikhail Abramov went to take the penalty shot for him, and Shanahoff was out for a game and a half.
Final minute now of the opening period. Petman back for Heinola. Billy Heinola works and shoots. Askarov makes the stop. Rusanov to puck Colson. Afanasyev in across the line, but the puck. The players on the Finnish bench and play is called.
Zahar Bardakov's going to get outside of Topi Niemela. He's got plenty of room to pick a spot. He wants to go short side and ends up missing the net. The athletic therapist on the end there has his hands over top of his head. There's a real good scoring chance. Doesn't even result in a shot on goal.
Hirvonen flips that down. Shaken goes back for it. And Abramov had that poked away by Lundell. Batted back to center ice with a high stick. Chichikov for Amirov. Vero goes back. He got crunched there by Skirov. Mamadulin trying to hold the line, but it's knocked by him and back down to the Russian end. Chichikov. For Abramov, who fires it down, and time expires. Russia will go to the dressing room with a 1-0 lead on the goal by Ilya Safonov. You're watching the 2021 World Junior Hockey Championship from Edmonton, the bronze medal game. Our first intermission is coming. The Russians outshoot Finland 11-9. We're going back here with Ray Ferraro, and this could be a lot more for the Russians.
Absolutely could. A slow start for the Finns, a little bit tepid into the game, a toe in the water early, and Russia was all over them. They get the goal 1-0, and then Chinahoff has a breakaway. Beautiful pass by Kirsanov. But Colson's going to hit the goalpost on an Afanasyev pass. And then the Russians just continue to get into positions to score and to create chances. Amirov missed another one. Ponomaryov is denied. And then Bashkirov has a chance where he misses the net. The Russians started out with an 8-0 shot advantage. The Finns came on late. Some pretty good stops in goal by Askarov to keep this game at 1-0.
The Russians have the longest current medal streak in the tournament, 2 straight years. The bronze today would give them 10 medals in the last 11 years. Russia won 7 of the first 9 World Juniors, and Chernohov is taken down by Hainel, and that's going to be a penalty to Hainel as at 2 or 4.
It's always great. The ref says nothing. The guy's like, yeah, I just got whacked in the face with a stick.
No blood, it's just 2.
Team Finland, number 4, 2 minutes high sticking.
Ville Heinola goes to the boxes. He and Chernohov are battling for the puck, and Heinola's stick ends up hitting Chernohov right under the visor here. And, oh, man. That's a couple of times. Yesterday in the American game, Matthew Boldy had a high stick like that cut him just up and around the eyes. Dangerous stuff. That's the first power play of the game.
The Russians are 4 for 14 in the power play in the tournament. The Finns have allowed 4 goals on 21 opposition attempts. Chernohov runs that pass ahead. Amirov slides it across. Dinova's shot. Kiernan makes the save. Podkolzin was parked in front. Vasily Podkolzin, by the way, becomes the 6th player in World Junior history to play 21 games at the World Junior. Valery Bure was one of them. Or, sorry, Pavel Bure is one of them. Pavel Bure scored 27 goals in 21 games at the World Junior.
He had pretty well outgrown the tournament by the time he left.
He didn't score in the last game. Wasn't a gold medal game back then. It was the last round robin game against Canada to decide the gold medal in '91, 30 years ago. Chris Draper got the checking assignment in that one. Chernohov, a centering pass. Took wide by Husnudinov. Rice, Draper, and Sillinger got that checking assignment against the Bure line. So into the wee hours in Russia. Everyone's still wide awake. A 1-0 lead. Here's Vero back with it. These Russian players will go back home when it's done. Most of them, a few stay in North America, but they'll bounce up and down between the KHL, the VHL, their second league, and some will also play in the MHL. And Larionov identified one of the issues when they play in the KHL. They don't get a lot of ice time, and they're told to always make the safe play. Mohamedulin fans on that one-timer. Mohamedulin lays it back.
But of course, you've got different coaches with different objectives. They're not developing in the KHL. They want to win, and they have to win because they fire coaches at an alarming rate in that league.
And meantime, in Finland, a passionate country, 5.5 million people in the country. Their quarterfinal game against Sweden was watched by 1.2 million people. Just under a quarter of the country watched it. When they won gold in 2016, the parade in Helsinki was out along jam-packed streets. That 2016 year was unbelievable for Finnish hockey. They won the under-18s, they won the World Junior, they got to the gold medal game of the World Championship before losing to Canada. Had they won that World Championship, they'd been the first country to hold all 3 titles at once. They're the reigning world champions. They won it in 2019, along with the World Junior. Of course, there was no World Championship played last spring. It is tentatively scheduled for Latvia and Belarus in May of this year. Niemela, Baratu. Wrist that down. Kalenia's back on it. Kalenia's there with Kirsanov. Gutio lays it back in deep for Korhonen. Viro walks it and shoots. That was tipped in front by Petman and went just wide. Now Safonov poked it away from Putio. Safonov stays on it, and Putio finally comes back and takes it away. Here's Viro back with it. Long lead pass for Korhonen. And Korhonen fires it down to the Russian zone. Skarov brings it around. Viro with it. Knyazev. Drops it back. Nikitanen with it. And the Finns are changing. Russians are hollering for a too many men penalty. Not Larionov. He's not very vocal behind the bench. He's much more encouraging than we've seen. Larionov's often patting players in the back. Valeri Bragan, his predecessor, who coached in 8 World Juniors, was much more demonstrative with his players.
But also, he had that look too. You didn't have to guess what was going on back then.
He would sometimes stand on the boards and face his team to talk to them.
He's got their attention. There's nowhere else to look.
Afanasyev a shot that was blocked by Hadaka. Remember, the Finns came back from 2-0 down to win their quarterfinal against the Swedes. Came back from 2-0 down to tie their game against the United States. With 2 goals down, rather to tie their game against the United States before losing it late. And away comes Heinola. Heinola winds his way in on Mahamadulin. Heinola down to Lundell. Then to Kivi. Back for Niemela, tipped in front, they score! Lundell gets a stick on it, and the Finns have tied it at 1.
The 1-goal deficit, that's child's play for the Finns. As you mentioned, Gord, they do it all the time. Watch on the entry here. Mahamadulin has a chance to finish Heinola right here and end the play, but he doesn't, and so the puck is going to continue into the play. Pretty good battle, Chistikov and Lundell. Lundell pushes him out of the way, and as Chistikov falls down, Lundell gets to the front of the net. Niemela's shot is deflected, and it goes past Askarov. Good work by the Finns, where they win a couple of one-on-one battles. The Russians a little soft in their zone, and this game is tied at 1.
Here's Kokkonen with it. And that centering pass was deflected, and stepping into that was Bashkirov, who hammered that on goal, and Pearden made the stop. Askarov, running for Daniel Chayka. For a couple of years with Guelph of the Ontario League, scored 11 goals in 56 games last year. Chayka is 18, eligible to return next year for the Russians. As I mentioned, 7 of them can come back. The Finns can bring back 12. Very young team here. Amirov. Long shooting, glove by Pearden, drops it down. And they actually said he held it long enough to get a whistle and play is stopped with 5:57 gone here in the second.
There's the Finnish captain, Anton Lundell, that battle in the corner. As he gets out to the front of the net before Chistikov, who had to pick himself up off the ice so he can't box Lundell out. Lundell gets to slide to the front of the net, gets his stick on the puck, and the Florida Panthers first rounders on the board again. That's his 5th goal of the tournament.
Off the draw, rolls through the crease. Giro with it. Got up by Chinaha. And Kirsanov back to pick it up. set by the Russian defender, and icing called against the Finns. And there is Shakir Mohammedoulin, a New Jersey first-round pick, 20th overall in 2020. For 31 games for UFA in the KHL this year.
There's the tip inside the mess in front of the net is a frustrated look from the bench, but the players weren't boxed out. The Finns were allowed to get to the middle of the ice, and the deflection made the game, or made the shot much more difficult for Askarov.
Spiridonov on it. We mentioned before, he's the only right shot among the Russian skaters. And it's not just an anomaly, like kind of a trivial anomaly, right? It makes it hard for them on things like the power play.
When you were talking about that, I mean, we talked about it in the tournament before, but I had a vision of him breaking a stick. Nobody can hand him a stick on the ice.
Right.
He's like, or on the bench, if he skates by, if the trainer doesn't have it, he's got to stop. Nobody else can help him.
Ratsu with it, drops it back. Ryan Yemian shots. Conversely, if a defenseman breaks his stick, Spiridonov's not handing him his.
I remember one time handing my stick to one of our teammates who'd broken his stick. I was on the bench, I handed him my stick. Of course, it was about a foot too small for him, so he just threw it back on the ice and changed. I never did that again. I'm like, yeah, it's a waste of time. It's a nice effort, though.
Don't you think it would help the Russians to have more right shots for the power play?
But nobody seems to have an answer. I mean, of course it would. It would give you versatility. It would give you some options. And now you have what you have.
Afanasiev fires that down. Ryan Yemi goes back. Bounce by Kiernan. Here is Podkolzin. Vasily Podkolzin. Throws that back. Kursanov swings it down. Afanasiev. A big back free. Nikkanen backhands it back down the ice. Another icing call coming against the Finns.
For 4 years, teams have done amazing things to raise the Chevrolet Good Deeds Cup. But this year, ideas triumph. What would you do with $100,000 for your community?
Rodion Amirov, the Toronto Maple Leafs first rounder, and this past draft has had a couple of really good chances. A breakaway and a in-close try here denied. He's got 6 points in the tournament. He's back out there with a reconfigured line. He was with Podkolzin and Huznadinov for the first part of the tournament.
Kohonen knocks it down. Nikkanen gets tied up in the corner. Here's Abramov with it. Amirov trying to hold back. Now, moved across by Bashkirov. Mohammedoulin in, shoots, and Kiernan makes the stop. The rebound bounced in behind him. Kiernan thought he had it. Abramov plays it back in deeper. Hadaka picks it up for the Finns. To Heinola. Heinola, who has an NHL goal to his credit already from last season with Winnipeg.
Been really impressed with him in this tournament. So confident with the puck. Makes really quick, simple plays. Oh, what a
little slap pass there for Lundell. And now Lundell gets free in the corner. Anton Lundell drops it off to Heinola. Pivots back, shovels that back across. Hadaka. Forward had to leave that. Hirvonen had to leave that. Or it would have been too many men because the man he was replacing hadn't gone off yet.
Pretty heady play by Hirvonen.
Now Heinola, long shot, saved by Askarov. The rebound bounced away from Lundell.
That was a good stop. Lundell gets another deflection and makes a seemingly harmless point shot a real problem for Askarov.
Hirvonen, long cross ice pass, finds Simon Taiva. Simon Taiva trying to backhand that back across. It's picked off and a chance now. Back comes Bardakov the other way. And Hadaka closed quickly on him. Bardakov centers it. Tomarov's shot is blocked in front by Hadaka.
Bad time for a breakaway for Bardakov. Totally out of gas at the end of his shift.
Carson works his way in. And Kursanov rides him off the puck. Kursanov goes back. Rossi steps into him. Abramov. Up ahead for Grosjev. Grosjev trying to feed that back in front. Kokanen knocked that away. Niemela. Past the midway point of the second period, a 1-1 tie. Kokanen. Up ahead for Helenius. The centering pass bounced away. Kusnudinov got it back now for the Russians. He can really go. Up for Afanasyev. Throws it back in. Kusnudinov on the forecheck. Putio takes that away. Held at the line by Mohamedulin. Now Putio tries it again and moves it out. Afanasyev walks it and shoots. It triples down, and Tiernan gobbles up the rolling puck.
Moments after Anton Lundell had scored on a deflection to make it 1-1, he almost gets another one as Ainala's shot floats towards the net. There's the tip in front of the defenseman again, not taken out forcefully at all, and Lundell's able to get a stick on the puck. You either got to get the guy out of there, box him out, push him out, or tie his stick up. That's a really difficult save for the goaltender.
Scott shoots that, knocked down by Tiernan. Got Venti with it. He's an Ottawa second rounder. And batted back down to the Russian zone. Beachcock goes back, and Mentakivy bears it on him. Mentakivy's a Boston sixth. Centers it, knocked away by Askarov. Scooped up by Abramov. He's got Amirov with him. Brought in Amirov, gets bumped there by Yarventi. Puts it to Mentakivy. Crisscrossing with Heinola, who rolls in. Shoots, and Askarov gets a piece of that.
Finns have taken this over right now. Russia needs to get into the zone and stay there a little bit. It's been like this all period, 1 and out for them.
Heinola threads that pass and knocked down by Knyazet. He walks in a rolling puck, he shoots, and Tiernan makes the save. Heinola rings out around for Lundell.
Appreciate that.
Drops it back for Hirvonen. Ronnie Hirvonen banks that in. Knyazet. Bumped there by Hirvonen.
Let's go, let's go.
Chinaha.
There's Rob, anything else.
Bud Colson.
Away, no.
Center pass. Here's Chinaha. Tiernan's taken down there as Ponomaryov bounced into him.
Hey, he goes off the beam that into you.
And now Kokkonen comes back the other way. Kokkonen shoots Askarov to stop, and he'll hang on. 1-1 the tie here in the 2021 bronze medal game. Time now for Gear Up with Skip the Dishes, and today we salute all the volunteers who have worked here, the bus drivers, the people behind the scenes, the testers every day, the testing, and the cleaning staff who have been sanitizing everything. Skip the Dishes, the official food delivery app of Hockey Canada. And a lot of the volunteers we've talked with can't wait for next year. And the hope is that fans will be in the building. We'll go back to that World Junior experience that we've come to know and love.
Even with nobody here, nobody in the building, the amount of work that has to go in to get everything ready, everything cleaned, everything sanitized, the team's looked after, fed,
and in a way that, for example, you know, a team's pregame meal is normally a buffet. That has to be served. You can't serve yourself. Every bench has to be sanitized between games. The dressing rooms have to be sanitized. The hallways. But it's worked. Despite an early outbreak, especially for the Germans, it's been the last week and a half or so clean.
one of the players that had tested positive for the Germans, young Lucas Reichel, a Chicago Blackhawks first rounder, scored today in the DEL, the German Elite League, so he's back and playing. Good for him.
It's a different tournament, of course, this year, different format. As that long shot by Afanasyev goes wide. No relegation. Germany would have qualified anyway as a quarterfinalist. Austria and Switzerland, who did not make the medal round, did not have to play in a relegation series because there was no promotion tournament played. Moved in by Amirov. Shoots. He whistled that wide. Shkirov waits for it. Bounced by him. And Kirsanov back with it. Shkirov. Try to ring that back in. It deflects over the glass. And out of play. 5:28 to go here in Edmonton in the second period. It's the bronze medal game of the 2021 World Junior. Still to come tonight, it's the main course, the gold medal game of the World Junior. Our coverage starts at 8:30 Eastern Time, 5:30 Pacific with the pregame show. Canada and the United States for the 5th time in the gold medal game since this format was adopted back in 1996. His way in, but the play is offside at the Russian line.
Drafted in the first round of 2019. Ville Heinola, as you mentioned, Gord scored his first NHL goal last year, and he's got a bright future in front of him. His control of the game and vision on the ice allows him to, for not a very big guy, to keep himself out of trouble. Look at that little flip pass and Simon Tybal's in the zone.
Hey, no, you quit on the play. As soon as you feel pressure, you quit. Move your feet.
That was referee Kal Kowalski talking to Bardakov from Russia, who was asking for a penalty. I think that's the one thing that people would be surprised at is the running dialogue between officials and players.
It is almost ongoing. It really doesn't stop you. Somebody's in the way, somebody gets out of the way, there's a thank you, hey, thanks, or, the officials are always...
Attica lost it.
Oh, here we go.
And Bardakov moves in 2-on-1 with Chinaha and shoots, and Heinola gets a stick on that to break it up.
Too slow by Chinaha. He's got to one-time that puck as Bardakov takes the bobbled puck at the blue line. Attica has a jump over his stick, and he's going to put it on the tee here. Chinahov's got to shoot this. By taking 1 or 2 beats with it, that allows Heinola to get across and deflect this shot up over the glass and out of play.
On the face-off, one back to Knyazev. His shot is blocked. Kukia moves around Knyazev, who lost his stick. And then sliding across was Groshev to make a good play to knock it away. Kirsanov, rather. And still got a stick to Knyazev trying to kick it out. Safonov moves around Kokanen. Lays it ahead to Groshev. And Groshev moves around Niemela. Jam play the side of the goal. Pierden makes the stop. Safonov was digging. And Kokanen took exception to that.
There's a couple of the Finns trying to get the giant Safonov out of the way here.
Stay away from the head. As soon as you grab the head, guys, you're tying my hands up.
You can hear the officials say keep it away from the head. It's a real strong drive here by Groshev, and Safonov is going to be digging away at this thing. And Niemela, who is much smaller, he's going to join the play late and end up trying to push the helmet over the eyes of Safonov.
Safonov, by the way, a little slash on Pierden there. Surprised that wasn't called because normally in the IIHF, that's a penalty. Shishikov tied up by Korhonen. And the puck loose along the boards. Ryan Yemi plays that to the other side to Viro. Up for Petman. Afanasiev. Backhand that towards the goal. Knockdown. Matthias Ryan Yemi, an Islander 6th-round pick, playing his first international tournament for the Finns at the IIHF level anyway. Askarov ignores the advice of the referee and does not play it.
We're done.
Not a lot happening here with any sustained action in either end of the ice. The pace of this is kind of dropped into the mud. What I suspect, Gord, is as we get into the 3rd period and the urgency of the medal sits just outside of 20 minutes, start to see a little bit different level of the game.
Heinola works that back around, pivots away from Bashkirov. Still on it. The edges and puck control by Heinola. No, Abramov's got it for the Russians. To the line, not out. Nikitanen shoots that back in. That hit Bashkirov and staggered him a little bit. Back at the point, Attica across to Heinola. Towards the goal, great deflection by Nikitanen. Loose puck in front. Nikinen's down. Askarov makes a pad save. And the Russians flip back to the sideboards as Chayka knocked it away.
I think they hit the side of the net, and then when the puck bounces out to the front, the Finns bench explodes. They wanted a penalty call in front of the net.
Abramov, poke check there by Hadaka. Abramov has it knocked away. Hadaka. Outlets there for Simon Tybel. Simon Tybel shoots, and Askarov makes the glove save. And now Hadaka in with Knyazov.
These two are going. Thank you very much. Let's go.
Here's this latest play. The puck is deflected by Nikinen, shot off the side of the net, and the Finnish bench wants the penalty right in front of the net.
Well, Kibbe was dumped. So now we got
Finland, 3 Russia, each 2 minutes left.
Hadaka and Knyazov go off for the...
A lot of scrums after the whistle here. The play leaking over once the whistle is blown. And easy save by Askarov, and Knyazov shoves Hadaka into the boards, and immediately they drag them both out of there.
Thank you very much.
There's Antti Miettinen, former Dallas Star.
Hero in, shoots, fired that wide. Now Lundell back on it, so 4-on-4 here. With 2.5 to go in the second period. Lundell takes the return pass from Hirvonen. Throws it back in front. Hero moved up, and he was face first into the boards, and he's hurt. Oh, man.
He slides in on his own guys. He hits it. Hey, I see what happened.
Coming in from the point is Emil Viro, the Detroit Red Wings third rounder. And on this pass across the ice by Lundell, he tries to jam it past Askarov, who's sliding from his right to left. Watch his pass from Lundell. He can't field it cleanly, and then awkwardly into the boards. Oh, man. The puck is just a little bit in front of him. He wants to stop it with his skate so he can shoot it, but his own stick gets tied up behind his left leg, and now he's got no way to slow himself down, and he's holding his low back as he goes off the ice here.
Hano is talking to Michael Campbell.
And that play happened so fast, and you just have no way to protect yourself if you can't get your hands up. It looks like he's okay somewhat, I guess.
The conversation continuing at the Finnish bench. Kokonen works it back around. 1.5 minutes to go in the 4-on-4. 2 to go in the period. Kokonen walks right up. Hook check by Askarov.
Kokonen had totally lost the Russian defender. He was all by himself, and Askarov with a nifty little poke check.
Kirsanov spins back, being watched by Parsonen.
The shots were 8-0 at one time. The shots now are 18-18 as the Finns have really controlled this second period.
In comes Podkolzin with it. Podkolzin steams it and shoots. Piernan makes the save. The puck's still loose, and Piernan can't find it. A rugby scrum in front of the Finnish goal, and the puck squirts free. Hutia drops it back to Parsonen. Feeds that back to Niemela. His long point shot knocked away by Askarov. And moved off by Chistyakov. Last minute now in the period. Russians are 8-0 in bronze medal games of the World Junior Championship.
They're getting pushed again here. No surprise, as quite frankly wouldn't expect anything else from the Finns.
In comes Niemela, fires out of the corner. Was after his own shoot-in, crisscrossing with Lundell. And Lundell chips that to the corner. Anton Lundell. And that knocked away. The 2 penalized players step back on the ice. Bashkirov. Up for Beachcroft, the pass missed, and icing called against the Russians.
25-17 back. Three.
The Russian captain, Vasily Podkolzin, takes his puck at center ice. Now he's got a head of steam, and Heinola can't get up tight to close the gap. So now he's got to try and accept the hard-charging Podkolzin, who drives around the defenseman, gets to the crease, and a really strong save by Pirin, and he's got to get the right leg out and be strong enough to hold that bit away.
Korhonen the shot, saved by Askarov. Amir up to the line, but not out. Hatakka throws that ahead, and now Heinola back with it. And time winds down here in the second period. Finland and Russia will go to the third, tied at 1. After Anton Lundell tied it up here in the second. You're watching the bronze medal game of the 2021 World Junior Hockey Championship. Our second admission is coming right up. Finns have come back again. Anton Lundell on the deflection gets his 5th of this World Junior Championship at 5:05, and the Finns outshoot Russia 10-9. It's a 1-1 game heading for the third period. We're going to back here with Ray Ferraro. Underestimating the Finns is a bad idea at any level, but once again they generate lots of chances there in that second period.
I think the biggest surprise to me, Gord, was that they started so slowly. The Russians got the first 8 shots of the game, and the Finns looked disengaged. All of a sudden, they start to get back into the game, and a lot of it is really the way that we normally see the Finns do. They get into puck battles, they win puck battles. Anton Lundell wins his way to the front of the net. He deflects one in, he almost gets another, and then there's these scrambles around the front of the net, but it's all the same. It's hard work, it's second effort, and the Finns really controlled much of that second period. The only chance really that the Russians had of a grade A variety was Vasily Podkolzin's late period dash to the net. But 20 minutes away from a bronze medal, if they can get it done in regulation time, and the Finns kind of are right set in this game. We'll see if the Russians can re-engage.
Finns lost the bronze medal game last year. It was a bitter pill for them to swallow as they were defeated by Sweden. There's an icing call against the Finns. And right now in Helsinki, it's 2:22 a.m. They don't seem bothered a bit by it. Finns actually won the first 4 bronze medal games they played in this tournament. They've lost the last 2. We mentioned earlier the Russians are 8-0 all time in bronze medal games at the World Junior Championship. Bardakov plays that around. Chikov across to Mohamedulin. Mohamedulin works in, and a pile up there. The linesman, Lundell, all piled up, and the linesman appears to be all right. That's Maxime Chaput from Saint-Jérôme, Quebec.
Sometimes there's just nowhere to go. Nowhere to go.
Ooh, and that's a tough fall.
Oh, boy. Oh, geez. And his left skate comes down on Anton Lundell's arm. That could have gone wrong several ways.
Podkolzin flips it high in the air. Lundell appears to be all right on the Finnish bench. That's a close call. Kirsanov. Kuznetsov. Rink wide he goes for Afanasyev, and he plays offside at the Finnish blue line. It is coming up on 3:30 a.m. in Moscow. That's a small part of Russia. It's a gigantic country, as you might guess. Khabarovsk, from the very eastern end of Russia to St. Petersburg, is about a 7-hour flight.
How many time zones again?
I think they've shrunk it down. It used to be 8, I believe. I think it's down to 7 now. But, and the Russians will host the World Junior Championship in 2 years' time in Novosibirsk, the capital of Siberia. Long point shot, deflected, score! Another tip, this time by Mikko Petman, and the Finns have grabbed the lead.
We just finished talking about Gord winning a puck battle, getting to the front of the net, the grind and the grit of the Finnish game, and And Mikko Petman is going to get himself inside Chaika. Chaika's standing beside him. We had a coach that used to say, you got him, you don't got him. He's just standing there. No tie-up, no box out, no taking the stick. And much like Anton Lundell's goal, it's tipped into the net. Now, this shot was tipped out by the blue line by the Russian forward, so it skipped once. But Petman digs his way into the front. Two very similar goals, and the Finns lead 2-1.
And the linesman, or the referee this time, spilled on the official. Puck drop, and there's a long shoot in. The Skarov gloves that. What a hand play by Petman, though, on a deflection to chop at that puck and tip it in.
He didn't accept the outside position. He gets to the front of the net. Good news here to see Emil Viro back in the game. That shot bounced twice, and if Petman wasn't going to deflect it, Korhonen was going to, but Petman gets the stick on it and tips it past Askarov.
A point shot this time by Hirvonen, and that's deflected the other way over the glass and out. Mikko Petman's one of the oldest looking 19-year-olds we've seen in this tournament.
Yeah, nice play by Helenius on the boards. This puck's deflected twice. Initially at the point by Bashkirov, and then the most effective one by Mikko Petman. And the Finns take the lead.
Handles long shot, deflected wide, and a jam play at the side of the goal. Nikkanen took a whack at that. Kirsanov leads the rush now for the Russians. In he comes. Hadega gets a stick on that. It goes up and out.
The Russians have to find a way to re-engage the game. They're kind of there, but they're not kind of there. They haven't really played since those first, I'd say, 5 or 6 minutes. They haven't played with a drive or a intensity that they're going to need to. If they're going to find a couple of goals in this game, they're going to have to kick it into another gear.
Shakin goes back to the bad bounce on him that almost went right under the stick of Putia. Here's Nadina. Plays out in the corner, now picked up by Parson. He jams at it. And Skarov knocked that away. Russians break up 3-on-2. Who's Nadina? For Podkolzin. Podkolzin works in a backhand shot. And Kiernan steers that away. Chichikov almost had Putia break away from him. Chichikov drops it back for Podkolzin. Vasily Podkolzin leaves it for Chichikov. He's got room. And Parson got a stick on him. Chichikov back to Podkolzin. Podkolzin to Mohamedulin. Centering pass. Played back in by Afanasiev. And a great play by Ratu there to muscle Mohamedulin off the puck. Chichikov up for Abramov. He finds Amirov. Away come the Russians. Amirov winds his way through the offensive zone. Into Abramov. Back for Amirov. Knyazhev. Sanov with a shot that was blocked, and then took a bite on a Petman. He remains out there. At the line. Kirsanov's shot was blocked. And Kirsanov, or Petman rather, banks that back out of the Russian zone. Kirsanov. Back across to Knyazhev. Pokes out to center ice. Hatika whacked at it. Brought in now by Lundell. Anton Lundell winds it and shoots. He fired it wide. Handle it backward. He shoots, and Askarov got a piece of that. Stefanov. Pokes that back to Knyazhev. Now a steal. Another chance. Hirvonen moves in. Askarov freezes the puck and hangs on.
Closed captioning of the 2021 World Junior Hockey Championship is brought to you in part by Yamaha. Revs your heart.
Now that the Finns have the lead, the Russians have another problem. They've got to deal with this swarm of blue jerseys on the forecheck, on the loose puck, good puck support. You can just feel the energy that the Finns are playing with that the Russians haven't been able to match.
Finns opened the tournament with 3 straight wins over Germany, Switzerland, and Slovakia. Then lost their final preliminary round game to Canada 4-1. Came back from 2-0 down to beat the Swedes in their quarterfinal 3-2. trailed the United States by 2, tied that game, but then lost 4-3 in the semi. And we're down 1-0 here as well. Played back. Niemela's shot, that was tipped. And Askarov made the stop. Nikkanen drops it back. Hirvonen pivots in the corner with it. Hirvonen holds, spins, shoots. He fired that wide. Jam play again at the front of the net. And Järventie couldn't reach it. And Askarov dives out and holds it.
It's almost like the Finns are just wanting to get the puck to the front because they feel like they can win that battle most of the time. 2-on-2 in front of the net. I just don't find the Russian defense or those playing in front of the net, if it's a forward, that they're not engaging enough. Now, you don't want to get wrapped up with the guy you're covering, but you've got to be a little more physical. If you just let him stand there, all he has to do is get a stick on it. It becomes a problem for your goaltender.
Colson played that to center ice. Afanasiev trying to reach it. Kusnudinov poked that free. And now Nikkanen spins back for the Finns. A Winnipeg 4th-round pick in 2019. We decidedly finished flavor in Winnipeg. Nikkanen throws that ahead. Not sure if I'm supposed to say for now or not, but Colson drops it back. Chichikov shoots at him. Where'd the puck go?
That hit the linesman who was sitting on the boards. It hit him in the backside, and it was just sitting on top of the boards. It fell on the boards. Been a rough period and a half here for the officiating crew.
That's Ben O'Quinn from Woodstock, Ontario.
So he gets hit. Ouch.
Everyone's looking in the offensive zone for the puck.
It's sitting right on the boards, and then it fell directly on the blue line.
We saw a goal like that at the World Junior a couple of years ago where everyone lost sight of the puck. It went to, it was for us, the far side and got shot in the net. It's happened in the NHL too, a game we did in Buffalo.
I'm looking at the linesman now with the high glass, and there's just nowhere for them to go.
Right.
Remember Ray Scapinello?
Oh, yeah.
Scappy used to get up onto that little low glass and jump right up on top and get his feet up on the dasher boards. It looked great when he did that. I love that when he did it. Of course, it was self-preservation for him, but I just thought it looked really cool.
Abramov wraps it around and goes through the crease. Amirov plays it back in the corner for Abramov. Chichakov took a whack there from Parsonen. Viro. Emo Viro skates it ahead now. Through center ice as the Finns change, and Viro shoots at it and goes off himself. 13:45 to go here in the 3rd period. Finns with a 3-2 lead on Russia. Roshet fires out around. Ponomaryov with it. Elenius knocks it down. It's funny with this Russian team, Ray, they beat the United States 5-3 in their opener, and then they got beaten by the Czechs 2-0. And the Czechs played an amazing hockey game.
As good a game as they could play. They kept the Russians to the outside. They got an excellent goaltending performance by Lucas Parik, and Russia never seemed to get themselves into a position that made the Czechs in a panic. They just kept blocking shots and very physical against Russia in that game.
They came back, beat Austria 7-1, then beat Sweden 4-3 in overtime in their last preliminary round game. Then beat Germany in the quarters. That was a game that came right down to the wire. It was a 2-1 score. The Germans had tons of chances late there to tie it. And a 5-0 loss to Canada in the semifinal, and the torrent of criticism that followed back home. Afanasiev shoots, and that's gloved by Pirinen. 2-1 Finland on top thanks to the tip by Mikko.
Chip away at the offensive zone, working themselves to the front of the net, and Anton Lundell beats Chichikov out of the corner, tips in Heinola's shot, and the Finns at that point had tied the game at 1.
Now Abramov for the face-off against Lundell, not done fairly. I mentioned Anton Lundell was part of the Finnish team that won gold in 2019 in Vancouver. They won that gold medal game late on a goal by Capo Caco. Loose puck goes to Abramov. Beachcott. Lead pass. Missed. Kiernan back to play it. Slides it across to Hatakka. Simon Tybel. It was a big part of the game yesterday against the United States, scoring a couple of times. Now it turned over. Hamlet shoots. Askarov a pad save. They can't clear the rebound. Back at the point is Putio. Putio fires. Askarov stop again. Rebound. And Simon Tybel turned away. And Chinahov lifts that head for Amirov. It missed. And the tired Russians want to stay on the ice.
Many different ways you can win a game. One way you can't win is if you don't win any puck battles. The Russians are second best to every one of these plays. Long shot by Putio. Rebound to Simon Tybel. Beats Beachkov to the front of the net. The Russians ice the puck. They are gassed here on the ice. Now they're just going to try and survive this shift and get it out to center ice if they can see if they can get a change. They got 2 of them off now, 2 of 5.
Jacob plays it around. Beachcom reaching for it once again. Battle for the puck. Amirov can't clear it out. Vero throws it back down to Askarov. Kicks out to the corner. And Nikkanen gets there first for the Finns. Nikkanen drops that back. Well, the Russian defender on a stick and a long shot. Askarov makes the stop. He takes a little whack from Mantakivy.
Good job.
And gets a face-off, and the Russians can change.
It certainly has not been a problem in goal for Russia today. Yaroslav Askarov has been excellent, and he's had to deal with a pile of this stuff. Through traffic, deflected. Really good scoring chances created by the Finns. It's like a broken record. Their hard work and their want to get to the middle of the ice. They have controlled that part of the game.
Chichikov is a Nashville 4th rounder from Mohamedullah to Groshev. Maxim Groshev across the line. The play is offside. Groshev is a Tampa 3rd round pick. They've done well in the 3rd over the years. Braden Point, one of their 3rd round picks.
Big, strong kid, 6'1", about 190 pounds, a really good skater. I think by the time he gets towards the National Hockey League, project as a energy bottom 6 guy, but can really skate. Really strong.
I think Anthony Cirelli was a 3rd as well for Tampa. But Colson was taken down. There hasn't been a penalty called in this game, or a power play in this game since
first period, right? Or second period. Just the one power play is it.
But Colson shoots and he pulls down Hatakka. Afanasiev turned away, and the puck moved by Kenyatta. And look at Karhonen on his horse, but Kusanov gets back. And icing called against the Finns. 10:16 to go here in the 3rd.
Clock melting away on Russia now here, just around the 10-minute mark. But Colson's certainly done his job today. He's had that great second period rush where he got to the front of the net. He had a goal post in the first. We saw him yesterday just lighting up his team, wanting more energy, more work. And today we see the lead by effort. 3rd time at the World Juniors for Podkolzin.
Yeah.
Last year he had a goal and 4 assists. This year he's got a couple of goals.
Thank you, fellas.
Ties the World Junior record for career games played today, becoming the 6th to play in 21 games. Mohamedullah. Bashkirov. Hanola goes back for it. Brings that around, and back at center ice is Chichikov. To Mohamedullah. Fired back down. Hanola goes after it. Chinahov moves behind the finished goal. Hatakka flipped into him. it's moved down. A chance now for Hirvonen. In comes Hirvonen. In behind the Russian defense. Hirvonen has to peel back. Holds. Feeds it across. That pass handcuffed Lundell.
We just saw a glimpse of how fast Groshev is. He came from behind the pack to cut off the breakaway for Hirvonen.
Simon Taival. Holds it back down behind the goal. Hirvonen picks it up. There's a hard bump there from Yazev, who lost his stick, and now Groshev has it ahead to Bardakov. In comes Bardakov. Groshev centers it. Ponomarev. In a backhand shot. He put that wide. And the puck goes over the glass and out with 8:46 to go here in the third.
Has let his team figure their way a little bit, but it's all Podkolzin. He is the only one talking. Everyone is listening. He's urging them on, trying to find energy, trying to find a way to the net, trying to find a way to get back in this game. This kid wants to win. Some guys display it a little more obviously, but man, he is clearly the leader of this team.
Ponomarev centers it. Knocked away and picked up by Ratu. Which Ponomarev ties the record for games played in the World Junior. That's the Russian record, of course, of 21. The tournament record is 26 overall. That's poked away by Putia. Groshev back for it. And Chichikov has it back now for the Russians. Chichikov. Afanasiev fires it around. And Putia gathers up the bouncy puck and skipped away from him. Podkolzin swings back. Vasily Podkolzin. And Afanasiev got the puck in his skates, and offside is called.
The 10th overall pick in the 2019 draft by the Vancouver Canucks. There is a pretty clear way that he plays the game. He's a good passer, but man, he can skate. He's powerful. He'll drive the net. I think he's going to play a straightforward, complementary game in the NHL. Type of winger that you can play with really good players and will help them be very productive players.
Shkirov, a centering pass that was tipped away by Heinola. Lundell can't clear it out. Abramov is shot. He whistled that wide. Abramov drops it back. Podkolzin had a breakout tournament here in Edmonton at the 2018 Hlinka Gretzky Cup. Scored 8 goals in 5 games for the Russians. The other scoring star from that tournament was, among them was Canada's Dylan Cousins. Podkolzin. Missed there by Nikkanen. Now by Afanasiev, he lost it. And racing back the other way is Järventie for the Finns. He was poke checked by Bichkov. Kostadina pokes it ahead, Podkolzin. Has it taken away and moved back to center ice.
Oh, Podkolzin got his stick up on Mantekivi.
And he's going to get a penalty here with 6:45 to go. And Mantekivi's heading to the Finnish bench. It's a 4-minute double minor.
In the mouth.
I want to see this again, but
4 minutes high sticking, Igor. He's cutting the mouth.
This almost looks like an inadvertent play. Here's Podkolzin.
We got 4 minutes. He's bleeding.
Oh, runs into the back of his own teammate.
Double minor, 4 minutes for high sticking.
And his stick runs up and hits Mantekivi. You see his stick hit the backside of Mohamedulin, spins back and cuts Mantekivi. The Finns can put this thing to bed here. A 4-minute power play with 6:45 left.
And intentional or not, how many times were you told as a kid you're responsible for your stick, right?
Well, sometimes, yeah.
Bad example.
Yeah, but sometimes it happens, and you pay the penalty for it here.
Mohamedulin.
8 power play goals for the Finns in this tournament, including 2 last night by Simon Taival, who scored a pair as the Finns evened that game at 3 against the U.S.
Well, look out. Amirov wants to steal there on Lundell.
Well, here's the other thing. If you're the Finns, wakey. The Russians are aggressive, short-handed. Ponomarev scored a beauty of a short-handed goal in the quarterfinal game against Germany.
Samov sends it down. Inside 6 to go here in the third period. Finns. Heinola. Drops that back to Lambert. I've seen a lot of Brad Lambert the last couple of periods.
No, not very much at all.
Ratu. Lays that down to Parsonen. To Nikita. Loose behind the Russian goal. Looks it back across to Parsonen. To Niemela at the point. Niemela across to Lambert. Lambert. Centering pass. Parsonen. Along the boards. Russo Parsonen had it knocked away and set down the ice by Jacob. 25 seconds ago in the first minor penalty to Bud Colson. An agonizing wait for him in the penalty box. Lundell. Winds in. Anton Lundell plays it back across. Simon Tylo couldn't reach it. Bardakov took a whack there. Niemela plays it down. At the point is Putio. His top power play unit goes to work. Lundell back with it. First minor penalty's over. Lundell in shoots. That was deflected away by Mohamedullah. And Bardakov to the line and just out. He's fanned that, clearing it to. 4.5 to go here in the third period. Lundell. Simon Tylo tied up with a power play. Bardakov was almost off the races. Now he's got it. Bardakov works in. Shoots. Off Heinola wide. Hirvonen with both teams changing. Kicks his way ahead. Drops it back to Niemela. Kokkonen. Up ahead for Ratu. Ratu. Spins it around. Niemela races to it. Niemela to Ratu. Kokkonen. Back down to Niemela. In shoots. That was blocked in front of Yazov gotten away. Loose puck at the side of the goal. Goes Nudinov. Ahead to Amirov. A dangerous short-handed duel. And Amirov spins back. Inside a minute to go on the second minor penalty to Podkolzin. And Podkolzin is staring down, not looking at the play on the ice.
Waiting for his chance. Now inside of 30 seconds here as the Russians have done a really good job on this penalty kill.
Lundell. Up ahead to Hirvonen. A centering pass. Lundell put that just wide. Almost tapped in there by Putio. Another chance. Askarov to stop on the sharp angle shot by Simon Tylo.
That was a good play by Askarov too as he dropped the puck for Beachcoff so he could pull it down to the finish end of the ice.
Time for one more rush. Heinola across to Hirvonen. Hirvonen shoots. That was blocked. Garvettu plays it around. No shots for the Finns on that 4-minute power play. So the good news is the Russians killed it. The bad news is it took 4 minutes off the clock. 2:30. The two great rivals. 2:38 to go here in the third. We'll keep an eye on Askarov in the Russian goal once they clear the puck out. And Yazov up for Afanasyev. Clears up the center ice, rather. And Askarov gloves that down. Working Yazov. Moved in now by Podkolzin. Vasily Podkolzin. Rink wide for Husnudinov. No signal to Askarov yet.
And Larionov just told him to hold for a moment.
Afanasyev. Back at the point of Knyazov. Knyazov gets loose. Slaps it across. Kirsanov. Back to Knyazov. Hard shot by Afanasyev. That was blocked. Hadega got in the way of that. That one hurt. Kutia sent it down the ice. Icing called. Now Hadega's going to ask to be allowed to go off the ice here because that shot took a massive bite out of him.
Okay, he's okay. Timeout.
Oh,
Timeout.
there's the one-timer off the
You're not on.
hamstring of Hatakka. A timeout called
Russia.
by Russia. And so that'll allow them to get the players on the ice they need to. Always interesting decision here to take the goalie now at the face-off, or do you want him after you gain control? Askarov is ducked off the ice. So the Russians will start with 6.
Finns give up a late goal last night to lose the semifinal to the United States. Six skaters on 5. Konstantinov wins the draw. Amirov's not out there for the Russians, which would be a minor surprise.
I thought he would be one of them.
1:55 to go in the third. Puck Colson steers that towards the goal. Pierden knocked that away. A massive pile up in front. The puck still loose, and Pierden's got it. The official says no goal.
The goaltender grabbed. Okay.
The official's so calm. Look at this wild scramble as the puck's on the side of the net. And really good chance there by Huznadinov as he somehow gets his stick on it in that mess. And Pierden's in good position to make the stop and freeze the puck. Lundell and Huznadinov gets it again.
Scrambled and knocked down the ice by Hirvonen. And again, even though the Finns called timeout, these guys have been out for a while after the icing previously to the timeout.
On that draw, if I'm the Russian players, I realize Huznadinov is at least tying this draw. They need more help into that circle. You cannot lose possession of the puck here if the puck is sitting as a 50-50 puck. There's another one.
Lots of guys in the circle there. It's poked out now with the empty net. Now Takimi couldn't get a shot away. Lundell's got it now. In comes Lundell. Scores! Anton Lundell, the captain of the empty net, with 1:28 to go. And the Finns have a 3-1 lead.
Lundell's second of the game. He had the first one that tied the game, a deflection in front of the net. Now the empty netter as he intercepts the pass from Ponomarev. Look at this scrum in here. Everybody's fighting for it, but it's poked out of the way, out of the circle by Kokkonen as Ponomarev tries to feed it back to his defense to regroup. Lundell knocks it down, and the Finns have a 2-goal lead with 90 seconds left.
This will be their first non-gold medal since they won bronze in Vancouver in 2006. That was 2 Vancouver World Juniors ago. Askarov goes again. Kirsanov drops it back. Amadulin a shot. That was blocked. Rebound. Barnikov a chance. Side of the goal. Another chance. Pierden makes the save. Amadulin to Kirsanov. Amadulin feeds it across. The pass missed by Shakirov. Inside a minute to go now in the third period. Amadulin across to Kirsanov. A centering pass. Shakirov a shot. That was blocked again. Amadulin across to Kirsanov. Fires and ripped that high off the glass. Line held by Abramov. His shot got through. Pierden kicked it away. Chinaha shoots. He fired it wide. Kirsanov with it. Swings it across. Amadulin shoots. He countered it wide. Abramov races to it, and he's able to hold the line. It was right in the stick. Putia plays it back across, and Carson scores into the empty net. And it's 4-1 Finland.
Down 1-0, outshot 8-0 early. The Finns come all the way back and earn a bronze medal as they score 4 straight, 2 into the empty net. A bouncing puck, and Pittia puts it across to Parsonen, and that will do it. The Finns picked their team with no training camp. Obviously trying to limit exposure to any COVID. They put this team together in typical Finnish fashion. They work hard, they get good goaltending, and they're in the medals.
And Russia will finish with our medal for just the second time in the last 11 years. Finland wins it 4-1, and the bronze is theirs. Now, the only problem is that Finnish celebration is right at the Zamboni end. That's where they're supposed to come out with all the bronze, the rug and everything for the bronze medal presentation. This might take a while. A bitter pill for the Russians, who lose the bronze medal game for the first time ever at the World Junior Championship in 9 tries. And in Finland, at 3 a.m. Reason to celebrate. It's always, been something we talked about, Ray, in formats like this, that the team that finishes third on the day is happier than the team that finishes second. The team that finished third just won their game.
Yeah. You get the silver, it's great, fantastic, except you've just lost. Finally got the door open here. And
in the last 18 years, the Russians have won 1 gold medal at the World Junior. It's inconceivable when you think about Ovechkin and Kuznetsov and Tarasenko, all the great Russian players in the NHL who have come through this tournament.
As the Russians sit and wait and watch, there's only one player standing at the blue line yet, and that's Yaroslav Askarov,
who is eligible to return next year.
He was terrific today. He certainly had a bumpy game against Canada, had some bumpy moments in this tournament, but a disappointing result for a Russian team that has 4 18-year-old defensemen and 18-year-old goaltender. They're young by standards of the teams that they usually bring.
So we'll get the player of the game presentations, and then the presentations of the bronze medal of the Finns and the stirring Finnish national anthem. And the Finns can bring 12 back to next year's tournament, including a goaltender, Joel Blomqvist, who was the backup today. He was a Pittsburgh second-round pick.
He will likely be their starter next year.
Niemela can come back.
Vero.
Brad Lambert, 17-year-old.
A couple of their top defensemen. Of course, they'll lose Lundell, which is a big loss for them, but nonetheless, it's a day for them to celebrate a bronze medal.
And time now for the post-game presentations.
The best players of each team is presented by Explore Edmonton, the visitor economy and venue management organization for the city. Each winner will be awarded with a custom wallet from local maker Close General Leather Company. Recipients will receive their award after they exit the ice. The best player of Team Russia est le numéro 24, number 24, Ilya Safonov. The best player of Team Finland est le numéro 23, number 23, Nico Petman.
Petman scored the goal that made it 2-1 in favor of the Finns on the deflection.
Please welcome Luc Tardif and Frank Gonzalez, IIHF tournament chairs to present the officials of the bronze medal game with their commemorative awards.
Kyle Kowalski from Edmonton, Michael Campbell from Surrey, BC
Michael
are the
Campbell,
two referees.
Kyle Kowalski, Ben O'Quinn, and Maxime Chaput.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. You on the side or?
They're an unusual international tournament with all the officials coming from one country. Done for safety protocols.
We would now like to invite team captain Anton Lundell and general manager Kimmo Oikarinen to present Team Finland with its bronze medals.
The Finns, by the way, will wind up in third place in a group with Germany, the Czech Republic, Austria, and the loser of the gold medal game next year. So the second place team, Finland, Germany,
Number
the
one,
Czechs, and Austria,
Kari Piroinen,
will be in the same group. Russia will be in with Sweden, Slovakia, Switzerland, and the winner of the gold
Number
medal game
30,
tonight.
le numéro 30, Joel Blomqvist. Number 31, le numéro 31, Rope Tapanen. Number 2, le numéro 2, Santori Hataka. Number 3, le numéro 3, Ruben Rafkin. Number 4, le numéro 4, Ville Heinola. Number 6, le numéro 6, Emil Viro. Number 7, le numéro 7, Topi Niemela. Number 10, le numéro 10, Kasper Putio. Number 12, le numéro 12,
Interesting to see that
Ryan Niemi.
the captain, Lundell, presenting
Number
bronze medals to his
35, le
teammate.
numéro 35, Mikko
Interesting
Kokkonen.
touch.
Number 13, le numéro 13, Robbie Yarventi. Number 19, le numéro 19, Petteri Puhakka. Number 20, le numéro 20, Samuel Helenius.
That's a
Number
reach up
21,
again on
le
Sammy.
numéro 21, Mikael Putia. Number 22, le numéro 22, Ronnie Hirvonen. Number 23, le numéro 23, Mikko Petman. Number 27, le numéro 27, Juuso Parssinen. Number 28, le numéro 28, Henry Nikkanen. Number 29, le numéro 29, Kasper Simon-Taival. Number 32, le numéro 32, Matias Mantukivi. Number 33, le numéro 33, Brad Lambert. Number 34, le numéro 34, Aku Ratu. Number 36, le numéro 36, Benjamin Korhonen. Head coach, entraîneur-chef, Antti Pennanen.
It's a round of applause from his players.
Assistant coach, entraîneur adjoint, Ville Mantima.
By the way, the best hair as a group we've ever seen in a coaching
Assistant
staff in this
coach,
tournament.
entraîneur adjoint, Antti
Those guys
Miettinen.
spent a lot of time on that.
I didn't realize you were rating them.
Assistant coach, entraîneur adjoint,
Hard not to
Tuomo
notice.
Rutu. Goaltending coach, entraîneur des gardiens de but, Juha Laitola. Equipment manager, responsable de l'équipement, Riku Koivunen. Equipment manager, responsable de l'équipement, Nico Koisma. Physiotherapist, physiothérapeute, Mika Roionen. Team physician, Médecin de l'équipe, Dr. Ville-Pekka Vuorinen. Team manager, responsable de l'équipe, Pasi Järvinen. General manager, directeur général, Kimmo Oikarinen.
And Lundell pass it over to his GM. By the way, these two teams, Finland and Russia, will fly home together on a charter tomorrow.